What's going on, peeps and Gregs? Do y'all remember Vine? I remember being pretty shocked about the app being shut down even how popular it was during my middle school years. You may be wondering what happened to those creators you used to watch. A lot of them may have fallen into obscurity, but others are now professional athletes, crossed over to YouTube, and make music. The latter has led to some pretty rough results. I'd honestly say YouTube has a better track record of good musicians than Vine. However, there is one that I've come to love, Danny Gonzalez. This man collected nearly 3 million followers before his closure, being known for his comedic skits and green screen productions. He now hails at 7 million Gregs on YouTube for his commentary videos, but on the side he produces comedy music and it's actually good. Seriously, not only does Danny have an impressive voice for both rapping and singing, turns out he can write a nice tune and even produce a solid instrumental every so often. It proves that comedy music doesn't just have to be an untalented individual making a shitpost. Danny shows real promise as an artist that he could further implement in a more serious direction if he wanted to. Tonight, we'll be talking about every single song of his, as well as going through his musical evolution. So if you came to hear about his overall career arc, this probably isn't the best video. I'm more music focused, sorry. With that being said, my Gregs, let's get started. Daniel James Gonzalez was born on June 12, 1994 in Chicago, Illinois. He would grow up in Wheaton, Illinois, but briefly lived in England for 2 years. Most of his personal life is very private, but it is widely known that he has reactive arthritis, a rare autoimmune disease that causes joint pain and swelling, and sometimes he'll need a wheelchair to get around. Since 7th grade, he's been editing and making videos with friends, just for fun. They created their first channel in 2010 under the name Lazy Neighbors. The boys usually posted funny skits and parodies any high schooler would make. Obviously, they didn't achieve a lot of success. One of the earliest pieces of media you'll find is a song titled Salamander under the band name Mariachi Thieves, which is an attempt at regional Mexican music.
Salamanda, salamanda, salamanda. I need to talk about it to be an Armanda.
Yeah, you witness the boys jamming out with instruments they probably don't know how to play. Other musical gems that barely last a minute are Don't Do Your Homework, where they want you to watch their videos instead of doing your homework with a crappy dance beat. This might be the Lonely Island. They also made up a dance move called the Dying Squid that could have been the next Harlem Shake. And hey man, I'll say it, for a comedic club song, Danny has some bars. Even if he learns Puerto Rico isn't a US state mid-song. It follows a depressed Squidward teetering on the edge of death until he finds out he actually won't die until he gets impaled at the club. About as dumb as Go Dumb, where they flex how stupid they are. However, deep in this rabbit hole videos you discover Danny not only never aged, but you get to see his development in comedy. Danny went to Wheaton North High School, where he was involved in theater and was a part of the speech and debate team. In 2012, Danny ranked in the top 5 for original comedy in his state. The same year, he placed 7th in the state HCA with his friend Tim. In an alternative universe, Danny became a comedic theater actor. The Lazy Neighbors would sadly break up in late 2013 after Danny went off to college at Georgia Tech. While attending college, he posted his first Vine on May 19, 2013, after being inspired by his all-time favorite comedian Bo Burnham. Over time, he kept making more Bo Burnham-like videos with rapid-fire jokes and gained more followers. In early 2014, he started using special effects to make his Vines stand out, popularizing the use of a green screen on the app to put himself into music videos. His most viral one showed dinosaurs from Jurassic Park wearing shoes with the classic sound effect, "What are those?" inserted in the music. He would build more connections on the app by making special effects for other creators' videos. You would see him around the likes of Cody Ko, Brandon Taylor, Big Nick, Thomas Sanders. He's a Funktastic. Along with this, he put out a few songs with a comedic yet dark truth, like Downhill in 2015, dedicated to anyone going through their final year of college like him, where it goes from the best years of your life to stressful adulthood. Danny tries to be cheerful throughout, but the negative backing vocals give him the honest truth. Many see this as a PG-13 Bo Burnham song, in comparison to flexing his Bugatti and Prius on Car So Fast as a way to cope with his insecurities and relationship issues. Similar to his official debut rap single, Vape Tricks with Aaron Shewan, that knocks on boys who vape and act like douchebags. But in the bridge, you get a tone shift where it becomes clear why they do it. Each trick makes their sadness fade for a second. This pretty much became what he does in his music. Makes something that on the surface looks silly, but it actually has a deeper meaning, just like his idol. In 2016, he graduated from Georgia Tech with a degree in computer science. Following this huge accomplishment, Danny had plans to return to Illinois to join a content house with other Viners, before being blindsided by the news of Vine being shut down in the next few months. The app and website would still let people watch and download Vines, but no one would be able to post new ones as of October 27, 2016. Danny was left shocked and worried about this announcement, questioning what he could do next. Would his audience abandon him? After Vine shut down in 2017, Danny turned his focus to YouTube and tried different types of videos to see what worked. He eventually chose funny commentary, usually criticizing internet culture, like other YouTubers, TikTok, Instagram, low-budget movies, and ads, all containing the humor he's known for. Sometimes he puts out longer experimental videos. He's quite a perfectionist, especially nowadays, so it may take a month or two for a new upload, but he makes it worth it, similar to Nakey Jakey. At the same time, Danny and his wife Laura got married on July 1st, 2017, settling down in Illinois with their many pets. They also have a child together. If you were one of the lucky OGs, you may have witnessed the birth of Greg. This would become the name of his fan base, first proposed as a bit that just stuck. After being inspired by fellow former Viner Jake Paul's The Jake Pauler song, he tried to find a new name for his fans by searching strong names on YouTube, selecting Gregory or Greg from a list called 85 Strong and Powerful Baby Names. As of September 21st, 2017, he declared Greg is the fastest growing fan base on YouTube. Don't look it up. Produced a trap song uplifting them and salutes to the army at the beginning of each video. The Greg army are all family and immortal, and their enemies are known as Craig. Now, throughout these videos he'd make, he would occasionally integrate music into them. He even had a whole series where the viewers would leave lyrics in the comments and he uses them to create a full song. Look man, you can make fun of the Chainsmokers, that's fine, but 21 Pilots? This would lead to more original songs based on his videos. They could be groundbreaking masterpieces. Like, your dog, it's ugly bro, sorry. Prank My Friend points out how prank channels can be exploitative. Most of these songs are produced entirely by him using Ableton. Fun fact though, apparently he knows how to play the guitar. Currently in possession of a Fender Acoustic and Fender Mustang Vintage Edition electric guitar. During 2017, he created rapper alter ego Youngface, inspired by people often thinking he's younger than he is. All parodying the typical rapper and their lifestyle, acting selfish, rude, and careless of money, afraid to commit to weddings, sex, or anything love-related. So Beef With Me fires shots at influencers around this time, starting fake beef to get more views and supporters. He questions why nobody with 1 billion subscribers wants to beef with him. Gets desperate to the point he would email the person a list of things he could diss him about in exchange for content. Dab on the Haters is basically a parody of Logan Paul's Help Me Help You, where he mocks the Pauls for using the dab to get out of bad situations. Hop Out the Whip mocks Lil Tay and other young influencers that flex about money they didn't even earn themselves. He's just mad they're Nepo babies. His channel became increasingly popular in 2018 with his reaction videos to Troom Troom. Another channel he focused on was Kids' channel Building Surprise Toys. One episode, Johnny's original dad is replaced by a random man. In response to this tragedy, Danny made an emotional rap song in tribute Johnny Johnny. Thankfully, Danny didn't get slapped by legal for this one. However, his career would peak after watching the best Christmas movie of all time, The Santa Claus. It tells the story of a man who becomes Santa after putting on the coat of the previous Santa. He firmly believes this movie should be a Christmas classic and makes this song, I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus, to ensure it happens. Danny goes on a mission to kill Santa to become Santa. This would go on to become the biggest Christmas song of all time, surpassing All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. It spent 30 weeks at #1 and went 4 times diamond. It is his biggest video on YouTube with 20 billion views. All I know is that this is gonna go on my Christmas playlist. On April 26, 2019, he released his debut EP Bump This with 6 comedy songs. It reached #1 on the iTunes Comedy Albums chart and debuted at #2 on Billboard's Comedy Albums. Invisible is a stab at pop music where at first it seems like Danny feels invisible because no one cares about him. But the tone shifts when it's revealed he's actually wearing camouflage and hiding in a bush, so he literally can't be seen. The rest of the batch is like trap-inspired tunes with catchy hooks like Rollin', an anti-drug song exploring a man going on a bad trip at the club that leads to even more bad incidents until he reaches a rock bottom. In comparison to Train, where a rich person gets so bored of luxury cars that he decides to buy a train. Bad Boys makes fun of TikTok bad boys. Bag, though, pokes fun at 2019 hypebeast culture. And the T is just insert random pop culture term from the past few years. In 2019, Danny and Drew Gooden went on a 29-show US comedy tour, We Are Two Different People, to prove they are different, despite being both skinny white boys that came from Vine. With Curtis Connor as an opener, they did comedy sketches, stand-up, and live music. This includes the pop duet We Are Not the Same Person made in promotion as an attempt to fool people into believing they aren't the same person. You aren't convincing anyone. The rest of the year saw Danny drop sporadic singlets. After his previous outro song had to be ditched due to copyright issues, he made his own outro song instead that reminds the viewers to subscribe and come back, but also questions why you are still watching this far. Dubstep influenced slime goes after creators who post tons of slime related videos for kids to earn revenue, but also like to show off to their audience. Help Let Me Go honestly sounds like somebody you hear on the radio, production-wise, with its funky summer vibe. Inspired by two videos of his on TikTok mom Varley and prank channel Luxury Pranks where the phrase Help Let Me Go is mentioned. Danny imagines Varley teaming up with a made-up character from Luxury Pranks called Dolphin Man. I can see why it's one of his most streamed songs. Youngface slides on the trap knocker Daddy, showing off his girlfriend, who always calls him Daddy and experiments sexually. Before we get to his attempt at pop punk on Sad and Deep, where he discovers the Titanic. Parodying TikTok videos focus on making people emotional. This man can truly do any genre. Danny also featured on I'm not saying that word. Let's just say Elijah Daniels song, I Hate Me Too. Gonzalez continued his run of singles inspired by YouTube videos of his in 2020, kicking off with Yummy, making fun of Justin Bieber's song of the same name as well as his team's tactics to get to #1, but ultimately failing. This honestly might be better than the original. Leading to Danny doing his best Travis Scott impression on LaCroix. A man obsesses over LaCroix sparkling water instead of drugs, stating proudly he and his friends will follow the rules and stay in school, but it quickly turns into a situation where they turn to crime, just to keep up their habit. An addiction is still an addiction, even if it seems healthy. Followed by My Dad is Rich, about a spoiled rich kid with a vampire mafia boss dad. Another funny bit from this year was after the Steven Scherer song Slushy got backlash, Danny decided to create a remix with him on the bridge to save the song, even if it wasn't family friendly. Danny's next arc in his music career would catch everyone off guard though. Starting in August 2020, he went under the name Net Flames on TikTok, eventually being known as Fox Season. Danny went undercover as a disguised upcoming rap star with the sole purpose of making a TikTok hit. Legends say he was kicking it with Snoop in 2010, but had no confidence, so he laid low until 2020 for his huge comeback. After making multiple videos dancing to it, Circus became a brief TikTok trend, showing how easy it is to become famous once you understand the algorithm. And yeah, this is quite literally the most TikTok song to ever TikTok, featuring catchy lyrics and simple dance moves. However, his voice was too distinctive and fans caught on immediately. By October, he came clean about his alter ego, calling it a social experiment. Skipping to next year, following a Minecraft stream with his friends, Curtis and Danny teamed up to make a love song about a creeper they both encountered with hilarious Minecraft-inspired bars. Unfortunately, the creeper blew up in their faces, much like how a breakup feels. Speaking of unfortunate events, every Halloween since 2017, Danny had been releasing a song where he attempted to spook his audience as the spookiest rapper in the world. 2017 saw Spooky Boy, Spooky Guy in 2018, Spooky Ho in 2019, and Spooky Man in 2020. It was now 2021, he was out of ideas, ending the saga with the video No More Spooky Songs on October 12th. However, he would tease 5 scrap songs: Spooky Friends, Spooky Girl, Spooky Lad, Spooky Goofball, and Spooky DJ. His latest single under Danny is the rage influence I Ghosted Kevin Jonas, with an insane music video that took 2 months to make. This sees Danny revealing he accidentally ghosted Kevin Jonas of the Jonas Brothers in 2015. Basically, Kevin DM'd him to do a Vine lip-syncing a song, but school got in the way, so he forgot about it. He goes on to make the situation sound more dramatic than it actually was. I'm sure Kevin keeps himself up at night knowing Danny Gonzalez ghosted him. Fox Season returned with the dance pop slapper Nepo Baby, revealing the Fox character is 45 years old that only got famous because his father is an industry executive, rubbing it in his audience face. He argues that the hate he gets is unfair and too extreme, calling his critics jealous bitches. Followed by another collaboration of Curtis Connor, aka 3 Drinks, Last Night. The plot thickens. This song, apparently, first came out in 2011, and was a global hit. A music video was filmed, but the footage was lost and only recently found. They finally released this video for fans on August 30th, 2024, a 2010s club-inspired song, partying hard, knowing they'll die the next day. Soon enough, footage of their 2013 tour resurfaced, showing the two getting in heated altercations mid-performance and backstage. Their beef could be why the video wasn't released back then, or it might be due to an allegation that Fox threw a baby into a fire. Another allegation thrown at the man was being involved with controversial AI artist Girly Girl Productions. Due to his view on AI-generated content, this likely isn't the truth, as I doubt Danny would take an ARG so far he'd start using slurs and credit bad people as producers. But there are some hilarious conspiracies out there for this. Danny would continue to have an impact on the music industry after being responsible for the resurgence of Vanessa Hudgens' Sneaker Night in 2025. It should be no coincidence that the song was certified gold after 17 years a month later. I end this deep dive with more positives than I expected. I generally had a good time digging into the lyrics, background, and art through all of this. Danny has proven himself to be a talented person in all forms of content. I can see why he's one of the most respected former Viners. You really can't hate this guy. It's crazy how this guy's career could have gone in so many different ways due to how versatile he is. Gotta respect someone willing to do it all to entertain, which is what Danny was born to do. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure to like and subscribe for more base content. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to love all and peace.
Thank you.